Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. How you holding up? Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Come over. While you're buying anything.
I don't come visit your tongue.
Back for a return visit, are you?
Would you like to know? Talk about it.
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Yep.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Well, don't come over. Not while you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your tongue, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Have you anything that will protect against cold like that?
I can turn aside fire, cold and poison. But wide woken, God knows what'd stop those beasts.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Well, don't come over. Not while you're buying anything.
I
Buying
don't
or selling?
come visit your tongue. Who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Latest news! Fresh from the War Owl! Here are many a latest, my friend. The war, the bishop, the queen. What tickles your fancy?
You needing supplies? I'd stock up if I were you. It's madness out there. Never seen anything like it.
You remember what
holding
happened
up?
to the elves, don't you? Ain't no one
in
left
any mood to
standing when
talk
you
about
treat them
it.
to death, Frog.
Your flesh stinks of the void. What kind of rat would sell such filth?
Kind kind that don't fancy
Seven
style.
sailors. Stabbed in the back he was by them vile, low-born, treacherous seekers. Kill them all, I say. Do them like Magister Raymond did old Lady Seaver. That'll teach them traitors.
For you led up into sawdust for myself, Law.
I mean, they doomed us all, didn't they? The son of the Divine is dead. Gone. Who'll save us now? Jolly Justinia, Queen of the Dwarves. Ha! Scourge, more like. Here's 20 or so noble gentlemen. No one knows what they did wrong, if anything, and she has them stripped and whipped all the way to the execution grounds. Didn't even give them the dignity of a sword. No, ma'am. Had them all on. Real slow like. You ask me, and I say she's mad as a mink with his tail on fire. Queen or no
All
queen.
right. As long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget.
The Silent Watcher's jaws clench and slacken again and again for no visible reason. Two empty eyes stare straight ahead like the black button eyes of a child's stuffed doll.
Hear ye!
How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
March against the ancient empire!
If prices keep going like this, we'll be starving by the end of the month.
You're safe among friends. Never forget.
Alexander was slain by singers. Culprit still at large.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar. If I don't come visit your husband, who will?
Hear ye! Hear ye! Queen Justinia executes 24 noblemen for insubordination.
How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Hear ye! Hear ye! Divine order to march against the ancient empire!
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right.
The carved figure is a resplendent sight in this ramshackle village.
You're safe among friends.
Your touch creates a ripple across the mosaic as if it were water and not stone. A comforting warmth.
So, have you heard any news?
Nothing good. The void woken are everywhere. Thank the Divine you're here to protect us.
I'm all right. As long as I don't think about it too much.
Aye. Yes, yes, of course.
Slain by singers. Culprit still at large.
How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Hear ye! Hear ye! Queen Justinia executes 24 noblemen for insubordination.
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right. As long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Have you heard any news?
Nothing good. The void woken are everywhere.
The ancient empire.
Thank the Divine you're here to protect us.
Aye. Aye. Yes, yes, of course.
you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Hear ye! Bishop Alexander was slain by Seekers. Culprit still at large.
How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Greetings! May the seven circle you and keep you safe. Ah, it's a wonderful day, wouldn't you agree? And with good reason, too. Oh, for isn't it wonderful to look upon so simple a meal, bread and cheese, and be positively overcome with appetite? Why, only a few days ago, I was writhing in pain, having eaten from that rotten fish they dare sell on the market. But then a fellow pilgrim passed by, laid his hands upon my feverish skin, and just like that, I was cured. Truly, it was a miracle. Alas, I cannot say who he was, but I can say what he was. A holy man. A stranger showing kindness to strangers, exemplifying the teachings of the divine. Fills my heart with gladness to know that there are still folks like him to be found, now that our Lord Alexander has fallen. May the seven keep him. May they keep all of us.
So-called holy man who can heal with magic. I wonder if he...
Just when I think this land holds no... Still, at least this is an interest...
Blessings of the divine upon you, my lady. My husband and I were just sitting down for a picnic under the sun. We haven't much to offer, but would you care to join us? Wonderful. Come, sit. Oh, it's lovely to meet new people on the road. There you go, all cozy. So tell me, are you heading to Arks like we are? Nicholas and I wouldn't miss Lucian's Day for the world. That's so lovely to hear. The more pilgrims pray for his return, the sooner Lucian will walk among us once more, just like the prophecy says. So come, let us break bread and strengthen ourselves for the journey. We have a sacred duty ahead of us in the holy city of Arks.
You eat, drink, and have a good time of it with Glory and her husband Nicholas. After the meal, you express your thanks and take your leave.
I will look for you in the Ark's Cathedral. We will chant the rites of the return together.
Nelson, my inkwell is dry. Fetch me some more.
Let it be known henceforth to each and every subject here and everywhere that, in the absence of our beloved Alexander, Bishop Divine, slain with malice and injustice by foul sorcerers, as were let fly by the perfidious lizards of the ancient empire, with the aid and abettancy of the treacherous dwarven kingdom, the Divine Order of Lucian is now led by his son's most trusted intimate and advisor, Dallas, Hammer of the Divine, Saviour of the Sorcerers, and new Deliverer of the peoples of Rivellon. The Hammer shall take counsel from her most trusted advisors. Hail to the Hammer, 7 times blessed.
Dallas is the queen bee now, and all those little magisters drone to her heart's content. Hand me a stick, and I'll beat that hive to bits.
Magister Regional Headquarters and Jail, Driftwood.
Come on, can't I go and play with the others?
No can do, chickadee.
The Magister startles, realizing there's a stranger in his midst.
What do you want? You can't just come in here as you please. There's magisters missing. I'm trying to conduct a bloody investigation.
Ma, I'm fine.
Ah, I see. You're sniffing around for a reward. Well, there'll be gold for anyone who helps us bring this mess to an end. Otherwise, you won't get a damn thing. The fiend's greed gave him away. He was peddling items that belonged to those missing from our ranks. He saw my men before they could seize him and fled. He's a tinkerer type named Higba. Grey beard and a dark cloak, according to reports. He's still here somewhere. He can't have gotten out of Driftwood. Not past our barricades. If you see anything, tell me or my men at once. Otherwise, keep the hell out of our way. Well, do you know anything? Stop wasting my time then.
But Mom!
I'm watching you, stranger.
My inkwell is dry. Fetch me some more.
Boy of mine.
Ma, I'm fine.
Right away. You're better than fine, bub. You're a hero.
Elvin, we need those
Can't I go and
reports.
play?
Oh, great, a citizen. Can't you see I'm on a break here?
Head nodding drowsily, the Magister brings her voluminous sleeve up to her face. She sniffs loudly and suddenly jerks to attention, eyes red-rimmed with zeal, and something else.
They won't take me unawares. I'm ready for anything. See? I haven't stepped in. Well, I'm ready. That's what matters. Vigilance!
She turns her back on the other Magister and leans right up close in your
No need to shout about it. It's just a tiny, easy mite of a smidgen of whatever can keep me awake. No sleep. If I can just keep my eyes open.
She breathes heavily as she looks past your face, pupils dark and wide as the void, then resumes her twitchy post.
I'm on a break now, Yvette. You better not fall asleep on your watch again.
Calm down, Brianna. Carver's got his dossier on the sorcerers. Everything's falling into place. All I need to do is watch.
The silent watcher stands guard without a flicker of movement. The Magister turns to you with a scowl. He already seemed immensely displeased.
What? Who asked you? You're not even supposed to be down here.
The Magister glances around the cells, before ripping the keys from his belt and casting them aside.
This isn't the divine order I signed up for. Not anymore. I'm done.
Nice. A painful death, trapped and defenseless.
Later. Well now, how's my favorite god woken?
His eyes glitter as he stands tall to tell the story, hands waving expressively. You can see it's a story he's used to telling, one he enjoys weaving for an audience.
So, underneath the tavern in Driftwood, there's a place I feel right at home. A delightful little hive of scum and villainy. A few months back, I was relaxing down there after a job. Just a hint of Drudenay. You know, a hint. All of a sudden, a tiger prowls in. I jump up, but everyone else is just ignoring it. And then he picks up my scent. His eyes turn blue, and he leaps to pounce on me. A fury of claws and teeth. I flip the table and start scrambling for my crossbow. Nowhere to be found, and by now, the tiger's right on top of my eyeballs. So I do the only thing I can think of. I summon Afrit, my soul wolf. And now everybody reacts. Screaming, scrambling around, pelting for the stairs, drinks flying everywhere. And that pesky tiger? Nowhere to be seen. Turns out it was Drudenay messing with me. Stronger stuff than I'm used to. Also turns out some people don't appreciate spectral wolves tearing up the place, so some people called magisters on me. Well, it's guarded by a grouchy-seeming dwarf named of Papa Thrash. But he's a real sweetheart once you get to know him. I love that password of his, open minds and closed fists. No. No. Heard of. Yes. He's got a lot of pets. I heard he takes them as souvenirs after every contract he fulfills. But I'll be honest with you, I don't ask too many questions about why. I don't, want to know. I'm from the deserts of Mezd originally. My parents died when I was very young, no more than a cub. They were spice merchants, killed by bandits as we were trading on the forest roads. The elves nearby saved me afterwards. They found me hiding in a wagon and they took me in.
Ifan bites his lip, hard enough to draw blood.
They were my home until I was old enough to join the Order. Mother Melody always said I'd have a hard life. She saw it as fact, since I was born under the waxing moon. Ah, a mysterious one. Cool and analytical. I've been striving my whole life to prove mine wrong. To, zero success. So far. For sure. Always carry a snack.
Ifan reaches into his tunic pocket and pulls out a strip of dried raw meat. He takes a tiny bite and offers the rest to you.
Now, what else do I have to share?
Ifan rummages around the roll-down tops of his boots and grins in victory as he plucks a single mushroom from the folds.
Aha.
He hands you the mushroom with great ceremony, bowing as he holds it aloft.
Oh, I wouldn't. This one's not for eating. But I'll tell you, it comes in handy if you're dining with someone who really needs to lose their life. And soon.
Ifan smiles and looks around before reaching high into his sleeve and pulling out a tiny herbal wrap. The unmistakable scent of Drudene hits you as he holds it out to you.
The last weapon in the lone wolf arsenal. You know, for after the toughest jobs.
He winks and tips his fingers to his temples before loping off. Did you expect a needle?
doing okay, boy of mine?
Incompetence. I deserve
Aw,
a better
I'm
post.
fine.
Fine, Bub, you're a hero.
Nelson, my inkwell is dry. Fetch me some
Right,
more.
where is it? Where is it? Sir, please, have you seen a small burlap pouch lying about? It can't be far, can it? Where is it? Where is it? Madam, please, have you seen a small
She looks up at you in surprise. Her great greenish gold eyes sparkle, and she rubs a palm over her smooth head, seemingly confused.
You'd help me.
Tears star her eyelashes, and she begins to weep. She takes your hand.
I know. What a crybaby I am. It's just, you're so kind. It's been a difficult day.
Surrounded by incompetence. I deserve a better posting. Nelson, my inkwell is dry. Fetch me some more. Surrounded by incompetence. I deserve a better posting. Bellwether, I need those report scouts.
Right away. No can do, chickadee. You're not leaving my sight for a while longer yet. Come on, can't I go play with the others? No can do, chickadee. You're not leaving my sight for a while longer yet.
Surrounded by incompetence. I deserve a better posting.
The pouch. I really must find it back, or my master will flay me alive. It had quite a sum inside it. Magister Raymond, he bade me take the coins to purchase supplies for his journey, but I dropped it along the way. He's sure to think I stole it.
Come on, can't I go play
She tilts her head back and blinks back.
I'd never do such a thing. Never.
I have to stop these disappearances. My career is at stake. Bellwether, I need those reports out.
You're... Gods, you're so terribly kind. But I couldn't accept such lavish charity. It's so unbecoming. I don't know what to say. Your kindness is overwhelming.
She accepts the coins, letting her hand linger over yours for the briefest of moments.
You don't know what this means to me. I'll send word to Magister Raymond right away. He should send for me soon enough. Thank you. Thank you.
Elton, my inkwell is dry. Fetch me some more. Bellwether, I need those reports down.
Driftwood, home of the Black Bull Tavern. Driftwood, home of the Black Bull Tavern.
Never forget it.
Glad to see you well.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a bath.
Until later, then.
Not like you're buying anything.
I don't come visit you, Tom. Who will?
My, but what a scout! Seems to me you could use a touch of magic?
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right.
Yep.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Your fish stinks of the void. What kind of rat sells such filth?
Kind that don't fancy starving along with the rest of this town. It's all well and good for you with your rations. We've got to take what we can get.
Keep talking, Wolf, and you end up eating sawdust from a cell floor.
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't get inflated too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If they don't come visit us,
Heaven usher us to paradise against all
Wouldn't you like to know?
keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right.
Drift,
as long as I don't-
home of the Black Bull Tavern.
You're safe among
Just when I think this land holds no... Still, at least this is an interesting
Magister's dropping left and right. Can't say I'm shedding any tears.
Occupied! Oh, unholy hells! Do I... Oh, do I sound like I'm alright? That's what I get. Bloody tainted stew! Makes a little... Oh, fish into some of my stew. Bloody mackerel must have been tainted. Save me, Lucian! What was in that blasted stew?
I'll stay out of there, thanks.
What was in that blasted stew?
What's this? I found something.
Well, ain't you a tall drink of tallness? What can I do for you, honey?
She fluffs them and coos.
You're so very, very sweet to notice, honey. Ain't easy keeping him so nice in a dusty town like this. But I do take pride in him. Sure, why not? Not all of them hatch, you know. And between you and me, honey, I don't mind the taste of an omelette now and again. Go on and scoot then, honey.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? Oh, you want to... I've got eggs to lay, grass to tidy, grain to clear, and Magister boots to peck. Now, if you'll excuse...
The cat stares up at you. Its midnight black pupils are too prominent for you to discern the colour of its clay.
8 lives already gone, but I'd gladly lose the last if you can throw me a fish. One of those smelly kind. that I need 'em. So yummy. They taste like shadows and spoiled cream, and turn the air dark. It feels so beautiful against my fur, like being caressed by black cotton.
The cat eats the fish in a few seconds' time, then looks up at you and gives a groggy meow.
Maybe I should stick to the good stuff for a while. But I'll miss the shadow.
He pokes his nose at your map, leaving a wet spot.
I think you'll find something interesting there. Found me some goodies during life number 6. Now, if you don't mind, I need a bit of me time.
Fetch me some...
Right away.
The spirit of an emaciated prisoner is staring down at his own corpse. He shakes his head and lets out an exasperated sigh.
Of all the stupid ways to go. Oh, it was a stupid bloody accident. I dosed myself with some poison to make it look like I was half dead. I figured they'd take me to see a healer and I'd have a chance to escape. I must have taken too much of the stuff, though. Wound up fully dead instead of half dead. Those bastards haven't even moved me body. Best leave that secret for someone who needs it. You can stroll out of here whenever you like.
The spirit scowls at you.
I did nothing. Or I didn't do what they accused me of, at least. A miscarriage of justice is what this is. That's putting it bloody lightly. Nobody deserves to rot in a hole like this.
Come on. Can't go play with the others.
reports stamped.
Right away.
No can do, chickadee. You're not leaving my sight for a while longer yet.
Oh, heavens!
You do know the boy of mine.
Useless. Bloody useless. Might as well have rotted in the death fog. What's even the point? It doesn't make sense. I'm missing something. No rest until the killer is found. It doesn't make sense. I'm missing something.
An elf in tattered red robes shifts through pages of handwritten notes spread across the table.
So many suspects. So many potential culprits. I need to narrow down the list. Think, you damn elf, think.
A floorboard creaks beneath your foot. The elf leaps around abruptly.
What? Why do you sneak up on me? Don't you know how dangerous that is, the way things are? Haven't you heard? My own Magister comrades are vanishing from right here in Driftwood. Whoever's behind it must be stopped. If you hear anything, come to me. Three Magisters vanished so far, all within Driftwood. My comrades believe some tinkerer named Higba is behind it all, but they're wrong. I'm certain of it. He might be a greedy little junk peddler and a sorcerer to boot, but hardly capable of seizing Magisters. They won't listen to me. Not anymore. I was removed from their ranks due to my elven blood. I'll continue to serve, though. I won't stand to see my comrades taken by some vile traitor. If they won't heed my advice, I'll still do what I can. I'll find this devil myself if I have to. This tavern is key. Of that much I'm sure. It would be far too easy for the culprit to hide in such a place. If you see anything suspicious, let me know. Civic pride, perhaps? The respect of those who safeguard your people? You don't know how lucky you are to be born a human. What? I serve with utter loyalty now and forever. Now get away from me and don't come back unless you have information I can use. Come on, damn you. Think.
My friend, for Alexander the Innocent. A most vile
It doesn't make sense. I'm missing
A
something.
valiant warrior against the void. Taken too
That
early.
divine voice, that idyllic poetry. I could lose myself in.
Conclusion of a noble bloodline.
Pretty good, ain't he? Bet he'd even write a poem for you if you sidled up.
we wander and wonder, seeking you have interrupted my new...
The bard clears his throat, as though to continue, but suddenly stops short.
Wait a moment. You're the Losa at my home tavern? Be still, my wretched, wretched heart. The mistress of song is here! A fan, madam? Oh, no. It isn't that I enjoy your work. I live my own with the singular hope of producing anything like that which you have done. Please, would you let me compose a poem for you? It would be the most tremendous honor. Accord! Then, allow me to begin. When the mornings are darkest and my crown tolls the terrible knell, when the beard ate my soul and there's tar in my wishful mind's well, I look to the day I heard Losa the many-tongued sing. Because owning a head is a terrible thing. Owning a head is a terrible thing. In a small country valley, after the grain harvest failed, there was little to sing about in the poor village of Dark Vale. Grown up, you bastards! Losa is coming to sing. You know an empty belly is a maudlin thing. An empty belly is a maudlin thing.
Ah, finally! Your colleague over there is absolutely... I'll have a bowl of the house stew, if you please. Ah, you truly are...
He inhales deeply over the stew, savouring the scent of it, then scoops up a large chunk of meat and swallows it down, seemingly without chewing. He pauses in anticipation, then frowns.
Rather disappointing, isn't it? After all,
He lowers his gaze, then looks up at you expectantly. His lip trembles dramatically.
It's my mentor. My dear mentor. He was... killed by those void beasts. I told him we ought not to travel in the hills, but would he listen? No. Now here I sit, my closest companion gone, our precious cargo worth more than Lucian's right ring, lost to the beast-infested wilds, and on top of it all, the stew was a disappointment. Ah, then perhaps my luck has changed. Yes, perhaps this awful business might soon be behind me.
Tell me, how are you with, well, Void Woken?
Ah, terrific news. Then what I ask will be little more than a trifling. My mentor, Liam, and I were hauling in a goodly number of fine wares from the Southlands when we crossed paths with a great brute of a Void Woken. It made short work of Liam, may the gods rest his soul. I managed to escape, but my precious cargo was left behind. We'd invested our entire livelihood in those wares. I'd do anything to get them back.
Of course. We'll, discuss the specifics once you've returned. Now, give me your map. I'll show you just where to look. I doubt those beasts out there have any use of such a cargo.
I can't tell you how thoroughly you've made my day. Good luck.
In a small country valley, after the grain harvest failed, there was little to sing about in the poor village of Dark Vale. Roll up, you bastards! Losa is coming to sing. believe is a maudlin thing. And then
Later.
Medusa appeared! From the sky.
She nods an uninterested greeting.
Here for the fight? This is a tavern. People are drinking. Eventually there'll be a fight. You planning on starting one? Pity. Well, later then.
A prim woman in a starched apron wipes a glass with a clean rag. She pins you with blue, steel-sharp eyes as you approach the bar.
Blessings upon our Lucian, 7 times divine.
Her eyes soften and crinkle as she smiles.
I see your mother raised you very well indeed. You and my Niles would get along. Nice to see an unfamiliar face. What brings you to Driftwood, darling? Yes, that's my boy. Did you know him? Finest physician in all of Reaper's Coast. Top of his class. My, but it's been too long since I've seen him. A fine physician indeed. That's my boy. Some say all a growing child needs is food and sunshine. I say abstinence and chastity will grow him finer than either one of those. Oh, but it's so good to meet a friend of Niles. Here, have a little something to eat. Niles' favourite, you know. No one in our little town can appreciate work so fine as his, you know. All his instruments and books are stored away upstairs, all but forgotten. It's such a terrible waste. You can hang your hat on that. I'd love to show you, but I'm afraid I can't leave the bar unattended. This crowd isn't to be trusted, believe you me. But I suppose, well, there's no harm, is there? You seem to be a good sort. One of Lucian's own, isn't that right? Here, take this key and head on up the stairs. You'll find Niles' room there. He'd want to know his fine things weren't languishing unappreciated in his own room.
He fixes you with a stare, looks you up and down, weighs you up, the cut of your cloth, the weight of your bag. A moment passes. Then a smile creases his face. A smile carefully constructed to look friendly and authentic. A smile that doesn't reach his eyes.
Greetings, stranger. Looking to ease the pain of a decaying world? You're in the right place. Beers are ordered at the bar, but can I interest you in a nourishing bowl of stew?
He purses his lips. His fingers drum a pattern on his elbow as he assesses you. A lascivious smile spreads across his face. His tongue darts from his mouth to lick the spittle from his lips.
Let me ask you this. Across the world, who is renowned above all others for their exquisite lovemaking abilities? Well, I'm sure that in your own case that sentiment is almost true. But no, let me tell you the truth of the matter, my friend. The very best lovers are, whisper it, lizards. And for a barely significant sum of gold, I can introduce you to the greatest lizard lover the world has ever seen. Well, this is what's available. Take it or leave it. And I suggest you take it. It's better to regret something you did than something you didn't do, am I right?
He holds out his hand.
We don't have anything else to discuss, so if you'll excuse me, I'll get back to work.
Might as well. I look to the day I heard Loser than many times.
She slides one of the drinks towards you, her head bobbling heavily on her neck as she nods at the sparkling ale.
Caging anyone up?
Damn right. I got a right to live, don't I? Throw them in the house for all.
After the grain harvest failed, there was little to sing
Her
about.
eyes go wide with panic.
The fog came over them all of them, and they never came out. Everyone I know is dead. Excuse me.
An empty belly is a maudlin thing.
The cook acknowledges you with a small bow, an oddly formal gesture given the surroundings.
Please, madam, you should not be back here. It's not safe.
The cook smiles, expertly concealing any offence caused by your comment.
My cooking will only hurt your gold purse. But there are a great deal of sharp implements and hot liquids in here. Please, I must insist. You should speak to Loverick if you want food.
The cook acknowledges you with a graceful little bow.
There's nothing here for you, sister. You should go back out front, where it's safe. There are other elves, ones who aren't working and have time to talk.
The cook's hand moves behind her back. Hadn't there been a knife on the table a moment before?
I find dignity in other ways. Those who gorge themselves out there call us savages, but I know differently. Now, please.
Keeping one hand behind her back, she gestures to the door with the other.
Here, my special stew just for my elven kin. Take it with my compliments. Now I really must get back to my work.
Sharp knives, boiling liquids, short tempers. Don't underestimate the dangers here. Now, please, I must insist. I'm merely catering to our sensibilities. A stew of animal meats would be an assault on our senses, enough to turn the stomach. Please, I must insist you keep out of my kitchens. It's not safe for you to wander about like this.
What would I do without you, Prue?
Pipe down, will you?
Sparkle, twinkle, ambiale.
Pipe down, will you?
What would I do without you, Prue?
You've got enough in front of you.
Meet you on the arse.
Please, I must insist you keep out of my kitchens. It's not safe for you to wander about like this.
It bears the Majesty's seal, and there's blood on it.
The Majesty's caging anyone up that looks at the place.
Damn right. I got a right to live, don't I? Throw him in a hole for all I care. It's the great good.
What would I do without you, Prue?
Meet you on the arse.
You've got enough in front of you, elf.
Stew is good, if you're thinking of eating.
Not right now.
Please, I must insist you keep out of my kitchens. It's not safe for you to...
She grabs the ring and glares at you, like a rattlesnake observing its next live meal.
You should have just kept out of this.
She gives you a defiant look.
Magisters are a blight. They deserve worse than the death I gave them. I wouldn't taint the earth with their carcasses. Better that they vanish into unsuspecting stomachs. I don't want to be lauded. If word spreads of what I've done, The Magisters will swarm all over me in an instant. I oughtn't to trust you. It's a foolish risk. But something tells me you won't betray me. Don't prove me wrong, though, or you'll regret it. Now go.
Hold it. Papa no, you no go.
Telling you, if you got nothing to hide, you got nothing.
Yes?
Another sorcerer on the loose. I knew they should have cut off the Meister's head and burned the rest. Gotta make sure it don't grow back.
Arguing with Mac is like giving medicine to the dead. He's as stubborn as a corpse and smells the part to boot. No wonder Papa Thrash gives him the stink any time he tries to go downstairs.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort
Tell me
Joy.
more, but this room is...
A weathered woman in a dirty sea captain's tunic babbles breathlessly to herself, and somewhere nearby, you hear a bell.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn. And I without my compass.
And you can't be too careful, you know? If I can get Alexander, I can
The ship is in the locker, on the bottom in the rocky shallows, and all are drowned but me. And yet, can you hear? The bell rings on. The bell haunts me yet, and it would drive me mad.
Curiosity kills the cat.
Perhaps I am already mad. But I swear I hear the bell.
She buries her head in her hands and cries.
Make it stop!
For one night with a lizard. Then you're an idiot.
Rocks ahead, Captain. Do you hear me?
A ghostly seaman stared.
Who rings the bell?
You've got to pick who you can trust.
Rocks ahead. You got that right. Do you hear me? You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away.
Rocks ahead, Captain. Do you hear me?
And you can't be too careful, you know? If I can get Alexander, I can get any of us.
You're right about that. Rocks ahead, Captain. Do you hear me?
The bell still rings. Do you hear it? Do you hear it?
Rocks ahead, Captain. Do you hear me? Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel. Hard a port. Can't you hear the bells are ringing?
The bell still rings. Do you hear it? Do you hear it?
The ghostly seaman rings his bell, his hate directed at his captain. He turns to...
Spoke to the lady captain, didn't you? I seen you cozying up. Are you her woman, or say you with us? You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful.
I'm doing my duty here, I am. I'm the lookout, and I'm ringing the bell. Rocks ahead, Captain. There's no lighthouse here. Rocks ahead!
Then you're an idiot.
But I'm on duty here. There are rocks ahead and the captain must know it.
He blinks once, twice. A single salty tear drips from one ghostly eye. The bell falls silent. He raises a finger to his temple in salute and fades.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard?
Ringing, but the infernal bell is gone.
Then you're an idiot.
You've got to pick who you can trust.
She babbles breathlessly on, barely aware you're there.
My ears are still a-ringing.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away.
And I have you to thank for it? Then thank you, I surely do. That accursed bell lies with the Peacemaker, on the bottom in the rocky shallows. My compass lies there too.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard? Then you're an idiot. Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort
She
Joy.
goes white as the proverb.
You've got no call to go looking for no cargo. Far as anyone's concerned, we sailed with an empty hold, and if there's anything left to salvage, you leave it where it is. Heed me. Leave the cargo of the Peacemaker alone.
She turns away.
You've got to pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
Curiosity kills the
And I'm
cat,
saying
or gets
you
it
can
sent to
trust
Fort
me.
Joy.
I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know.
You're willing to
If they can
risk
get
Fort Joy
Alexander,
for
they'll
one
get
night
any
with
of
a
us.
lizard?
You're right about that.
Then
Right
you're
as
an
rain,
idiot.
Hilka.
Don't expect no small portions. Same size and price for everyone.
Stop peering over me shoulder. I look to the day I heard closer than many times.
Hey, Rudy, Nova.
Don't expect no small portions. Same size and price for everyone.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard? Then you're an idiot.
You've got to pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know. If they can get Alexander, they'll get
Curiosity
any of
kills the
us.
cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilka.
She babbles breathlessly on, barely aware you're.
My ears are still a-ringing. That accursed bell lies with the Peacemaker, on the bottom in the rocky shallow. The compass surely lies on the bottom, near where the ship was wrecked. Take it with my blessing, if you can find it. My sailing days are done. Let me mark your chart. But you be warned. Stay off the wreck itself. Let her lie as a monument to her dead crew. and as testament to my mistake.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort George.
When the mornings are darkest and my crowd
Tell him, if you've got nothing to hide, you've got nothing to scared of.
and just tarred in my wishful eyes well.
Yeah?
I look to the day I heard the
anyone up there this way?
Damn right. Don't like something, don't throw him in a hole for all I care. It's the great good.
is a terrible thing.
I don't think you'd know even a smaller good if it bit you on the arse.
Country vanished after the grain harvest failed. There was little to sing about in the poor village of Dark Vale. Roll up, you bastards! No, sir, is coming to sing.
Yeah? What do you want? Good. Before you go, help us settle an argument. Thatcher here is one of my dearest friends, but she isn't the brightest.
Thatcher grins hello.
Our mate Boris got posted to Fort Joy for consorting with lizards. And Thatcher here still fancies a turn around the park with Loverick's lizard. I say she'd be sleeping with the enemy. What say you?
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilka.
They look at you expectantly. Thatcher looks victorious. Eden.
You're as bad as she is. Get lost then, you're no use to me.
Eden turns back to her drink. Thatcher smiles.
Curiosity kills the
You
cat,
got that right,
or gets
Hilka.
it sent to
You
Fort
got that
Joy.
right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from
You're
a
willing
mile
to
away.
risk Fort Joy for one night
And you
with a
can't be too
lizard.
careful, you know? If they can get Alexander,
Then you're an
they can get any
idiot.
of us.
Weathered and rugged, the man sleeps soundly. He mumbles in his slumber.
There's bad things in the caves. Bad dwarf things. As the head said, don't open the chest.
He goes back to sleep.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard. Then you're an idiot. Kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard. Then you're an idiot.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard? Then you're an idiot. Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard?
You got that right.
Then you're an idiot.
You got that right.
And I'm saying, you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
You're right about that. Right as rain, you
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy.
The man sleeps on.
Blood and oil do mix, after all.
His eyes flicker open, but he looks like he's still asleep.
The island is ruined and doesn't have a name. Don't go there.
His eyes flick wide open, but he's clearly asleep.
There's no graveyard on the island. Stay away from the graveyard.
His eyes open, but he doesn't see you.
Sawdust and wolves, Mother. Sawdust and wolves.
His eyes flick wide open, but he's clearly asleep.
Arcs for Lucian's Day sounds nice, Mother.
His eyes flick wide open, but he's clearly asleep.
Leave me alone, Mother.
His eyes flicker open, but he looks like he's still asleep.
It's mine. Get off.
He goes back to sleep.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with
Look
a
out!
lizard?
I see a trap nearby.
Then you're an idiot.
That's quite all right, my lord.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort
I
Joy.
can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful.
You're willing to
you know?
risk Fort
If they
Joy
can get
for one night with a lizard? Then you're an idiot.
You're right about that. Right as rain, you
Doesn't this room strike you as eerie? There's a chill in the air, a deeper darkness in the shadows. But, of course, I should hold my tongue and stand guard. All's well as long as my lord's coffers are safe.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy.
Here now, when one's in a small town, one must expect small town manners, I see.
Gonna be hell dragging them coffers to Arx. Gonna be hell getting to Arx.
Careful, I've spotted a trap.
Doesn't this room strike you as eerie? There's a chill in the air, a deeper darkness in the shadows.
And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can.
I do believe this is still my room, don't you?
But, of course, I should hold my...
As you approach the silken-robed noble, Ifan does a double-take and laughs in recognition. He pulls you to one side.
I know this man, and he's not at all what he seems. A moment?
Go on, sun's out. You really want to be in here?
Ifan bounds forward and embraces the man, all effusive greetings. As they part, talking animatedly, the man's beard slips sideways down his face. He's wearing a disguise. Ifan laughs as he straightens the beard. They chatter away for some time, using a guttural cant you struggle to understand. At one point, the man says something and looks over at you intently. Ifan waves his hand and laughs. The man hunkers down and seems to be sketching a rough map on the floor, using an apple, some playing cards, and a fistful of threads pulled up from the carpet. Ifan claps the man on the back and turns to leave.
Well, now we know the way to the sawmill. And we know Roos thinks I'm bringing you there as part of the Godwoken contract. Hear that? Roost's camped out at the sawmill.
You're right about that. Right as rain.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard? Then you're an idiot.
The trickster formerly known as Callow stands in Baron Levy.
Better watch yourself, lad. Got greedy eyes on you. Sets me on edge. Gonna be hell dragging them coffers to Arx. Gonna be hell getting to Arx. Gonna be hell full.
Ah, you know how it is. Pretend you own the place and a surprisingly large number of people just go along with it. But I won't lie, the beard does go down well with the ladies.
Curiosity kills the cat. We'll get it sent to Fort
You've got to pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Helga. You got that right.
And I'm saying, you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they won't get any of us.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Helga.
You've got to pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Helga. You got that right.
And I'm saying, you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they won't get any of us.
You're right about that.
Rubbish.
Right as rain, Helga.
You've got to pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Helga. You got that right.
And I'm saying, you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Helga.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard? Then you're an idiot.
It's a shame, it is.
An absolute shame.
Alexander, slaughtered like a supper lamb. Poor dear.
It ain't right.
It ain't right. Never thought I'd say this. I hope they round up them sorcerers for good. I ain't needing one sick and a void woken on me.
You said it, Hilka. You're a true patriot.
Forget the sense of Fort Joy.
You've got to pick who you can trust.
You're willing to risk Fort Joy
You
for
got
one
that
night
right,
with a
Hilka.
lizard.
You got that right.
Then you're an idiot.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilka.
Curiosity kills the cat. Forgets his sense of Fort Joy.
When the mornings are darkest and I come to water them down.
I'm telling you, if they got nothing to hide, they got nothing to be scared of.
Yeah, you're good with the magisters caging anyone up that looks at them funny.
Damn right. I got a right to live, don't I?
Do it. I told you to scram once. Don't make me say it with my fist.
He cocks his head to one side and peers appraisingly into your eyes. Shrugging his shoulders, he stands aside and spits on the ground, perilously close to your boot.
Hold it. Papa no, you no go. Didn't hear me the first time, eh? That'll be a hard no, dear.
He cocks his head to one side and peers appraisingly into your eyes. Shrugging his shoulders, he stands aside and spits on the ground, perilously.
You want an engraved invitation every time? You know the way in.
Don't expect no small portions. Same size.
I've spotted something.
Look at that. A fresh face. And a pretty little kisser it is, too. Welcome be, Governor. Take a load off and enjoy Effie's plunder down under. If and Ben Mazd, as I live and breathe. I didn't think I'd see you back in Driftwood again. No, don't tell me. If I don't know the story, I won't have to lie about it later.
She reaches out to pinch your cheek and gives you an exaggerated wink.
So what's your poison, Governor? A sip or a smoke? Take all the time you need. As you're doing business with your Governor.
Well now, how's my favorite Godwoken? An old lone wolf colleague of mine in disguise, Cow. He's hunting Godwoken, but don't worry. I didn't tell him our little secret. Poor fellow'd have an attack of the bloody flux if he knew what was really going on.
Kill
at war.
Don't worry. I'm not going to hand you in for the bounty. Sure, you could do the very same to me. I think we should know who hunts us, and why. Just play it cool. We go in, we get answers, we leave. Nothing more to it than that.
From the glint in his eye and the wicked smile he wears, you can tell he speaks in jest.
All right. It has the potential to get messy. Very messy indeed. But I've got your back if you've got mine.
Ivan smiles and salutes at you.
Good to meet you, Governor. What's your poison then? A sip or a smoke?
That's the spot.
Good to meet you, Governor. What's your poison then? A sip or a smoke?
kids at war.
Smoke billows from this strange contraption. It's adorned with hoses, levers and slots. You twist your head around as the Magisters haul you away. Your wife and 2 boys stand in the doorway, helpless. You commit their faces to memory one last time. Wendy cries out something to you. You tell yourself it was, "I love you," or "We'll wait for you." But the truth is, you didn't catch it. The farm recedes from view behind you.
Quite a beauty, ain't she, Governor? Let me tell you how she rolls. First, you come to me and you buy yourself some Drudenay. That's always step 1. Next, you put some leaves into one of them slots and pull the lever next to it to lead a flame right underneath them. Now, all you gotta do is suckle the right mouthpiece, and before you know it, you'll be seeing flying tigers just like old Ganga over there. Oh, and by the by, come talk to me if you want something that'll really blow your socks off. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, Governor.
Smoke billows from this strange contraption. It's adorned with hoses, levers and slots. You smoke and feel a drift.
Watch 'em fight. Watch 'em. See that? Right in the kisser. Doesn't.
Hail, what a pretty young thing you are. Call me Dorothea.
She draws close. You feel her breath on your neck, hot, moist.
Oh yes. I have something that you want. But I only bargain with those I deem deserving. Those who have accomplished great things. So, tell me, are you worthy of my gift? Love. I must consider your merits before I answer your questions. Why, I wouldn't tease you with a gift I could never offer. You don't think me cruel, do you? Indeed, this is acceptable. You demonstrate more courage than anyone bearing the title of Magister, in any case. Now, tell me, are you ready for me to grant you your greatest desire? I can't. Not yet. First, you must look into my ring and tell me what you see there. Gaze into the gem, my lovely girl.
She flashes her ring at you, and you stare at the luminescent stone at its center. You are floating on a current of pure source, surrounded by a kaleidoscope of colors and fuzzy images. On the horizon looms a dark silhouette. As you approach, a beam of light washes the shadow away, revealing to you
Yes. I see you clearly now. It is immortality you desire, as do we all. It's not something I can give, but I can give you the breath of life. In return, I ask for one courtesy. A kiss. A kiss. Most delicious. Meet me around the corner, and come alone. An audience is not required. Your friends should leave. I prefer a...
Dorothea sees you and heaves a shuddering sigh. She bites into her lower lip with enough force that a drop of blood seeps out. Blood and something else. Something green.
Darling, I admit I wish we could share more carnal pleasures. Yet I think a kiss is the height of intimacy. Now come closer and receive your soul's desire.
You draw closer and close your eyes, eager to feel her lips on yours. Yet her lips do not press against yours, and her hands do not caress your face. She is a woman no longer, but a were-spider. Her fang painlessly sinks into your neck. You still hear her words, though they sound muffled, as if filtered through a glass wall.
I can't give you endless life. Instead, take this phoenix idol. Keep it on you. Should you die, the idol will resurrect you. You can cheat death once this way. We part ways now. I'll remember this moment. You've seen my true self.
She kisses her forefinger, then presses it against your forehead.
Now go.
I've spotted something.
Look at that. A fresh face. And a pretty little kisser it is, too. Welcome be, Governor. Take a load off and enjoy.
Ifan approaches you, a drink in his hand and a wide smile on his face. He clearly feels at home in this grimy place.
Want a drink?
He grins and hands you a drink, full of good cheer.
It's really been some adventure so far, eh?
Ifan's eyebrows raise, and his cheeks color beneath his beard.
I'd say the same about you. I'm never lonely when you're around.
Ifan smiles, shyly. It's not a familiar expression on his rugged face. He inches closer to you, so close that you can feel the heat of his body warming you. You can smell his scent, wild and animalistic.
Spear.
He reaches out one scarred hand to touch your face, gentle as can be. Trembling, he smiles. Closing his eyes, he moves to kiss you too. Noise erupts in the under-tavern around you as patrons cheer and clap your affectionate moment. Ifan meets your eyes and laughs softly, pulling you into a bear hug.
Let's try this again sometime. When there's not quite so much company.
He squeezes your hand and winks, only moving away when he sees your answering smile.
Ifan Ben Mazd, as I live and breathe.
She reaches out to pinch your cheek and...
So what's your poison, Governor? A sip or a smoke? Take all the time you need, as you're doing business with you, Governor.
Kids at war. Mercy, mercy.
Good to meet you, Governor. What's your poison, then? A sip or a smoke?
Mercy, mercy. Kibbs at war. Watch him fight. The Seven protect.
Please, you there.
Mercy, mercy.
Look at that. A fresh face. And a pretty little kisser it is, too. Welcome be, Governor. Take a load off and enjoy Effie's plunder down under.
The Seven protect me.
Prepare yourself.
I'll yield to none. The Seven protect me. The Seven protect me.
That's the spot. Kids at war.